Hello guys and welcome everyone to our first very first race in the low fuel motorsport system on the lowfuelmotorsport.com webpage. Low Fuel Motorsport has announced that they are expanding into rFactor 2, which is awesome news for us. And I mean really awesome news for us. And they've just gone live with a beta version of their system for the rFactor 2 simulation. And as you can see, no, you can't see because I have not made the scene up properly in the first place. But as you can see now, we are subscribed to the first race for us. There was another race already. I think 2 other races have been taking place already. However, they have gotten 3 servers ready for 3 splits, and 73 out of 90 possible spots have been, well, subscribe into the series, into the system. We have 3 splits ready out of 25 and 24 people. We are in split 2 against a lot of international different people. You gotta be kidding me. So we got a thunderstorm just coming up. Anyway, we have a streamer live here as well. There's a full integration. And look who's there down in 25th position. It's Mitchy. So we just made it to the second split. Means a little bit more ELO. Well, or rather not, because third split has even more ELO. So I am actually a bit screwed. Anyway, we're going up to the series. So we've seen the entry list. Server opens in 51 seconds, and then we see what is coming up for us right there. I would like to thank you so much for your time with us here. BS Power Sports has become an Emoji Access member on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Really appreciating the support there, BS. And Team Greekzilla has also followed here on the YouTube, on the Twitch channel. Thank you so much for that. For those of you that are new to rFactor 2, you might be watching that stream the first time thinking, okay, want to have a look on how rFactor 2 works and maybe I can get my way into it. For those of you, I've just put down a link into the chat right there. there you can find a little YouTube video of me where I'm asking specifically for you guys questions, so that you can get your head around the system. Whatever bugs you, whatever is your issue, you may put down the questions right there, and I'll get them answered in some tutorial video. Anyway, session is now live, so we click the live button. There you go. Join server. Make sure rFactor 2 is already running. Well, I have not made that sure. So I fire up my rFactor 2. This is also the first time for me getting into the game. And this gives us a very nice information, because that actually shows that rFactor 2 is completely web-based in that regard. So I need to just do it again. Open the Low Fuel Motorsport web page. Bear with me. Here we are. So you click on the rFactor 2 beta onto the Rookie series. We are on this server, so we will join into the qualifying right now, I guess. First of all, we're looking amazing. Failed installing packages. That is one other topic that we're going to tackle on our tutorials. Trust me about that. Anyway, we are waiting. We're clicking start to rFactor 2. That is running. Now we click the link. Yeah, I've just done the wrong call in the first place. So now, awesome. Yeah, we're coming to, or we should be coming to a server. Let me see if that works. I told Boris that my cursed stream may probably not like the system in the first place and cause issues on my own. That would be hilarious. There you go. This is awesome, not awesome. So we do it the other way around. We open the task manager. I mean, pardon me, we got at least 12 minutes to do the job. So then we go the other route. We click no and say, hello Steam, thank you for sending us to the server. And then we fire up rFactor 2 that way. So, lessons learned. Yeah, just rFactor 2 things. I hope that rFactor 2 things are now stopping though. As you can imagine, I would like to get this going. Yeah, Seb, so just try to rejoin the server the other way around. If server is not running that way either, then I am a honey badger. So we skip the updates. We click the drive. We can the car select. This looks awesome. It's working. So joining the server. Here we go. That is live. That is good. That is awesome. We need to tackle this and take that and say timing, and we say last initial tower qualifying first. Lillian, that might be a track related or track dependent thing. We can have a look into that. Sure, maybe we find some troubleshooting once I'm done with the tutorials. So qualifying 1, I think that is the actual qualifying session already. So you guys get the updated pages. You should have a tower right there, right now. Tower, where are you? There you go. 7 seconds until quali gets on. We set ourselves the fuel. And we unfuel the car to the minimum. Well, slightly to the minimum, because wet tires means you have possibility to run a little bit. Oh. Yeah. Dump. So this is still slick condition. The problem, and this is now where it is a little bit of a problem. that we have joined that late. Right now it's a dump condition, means the soft tire is probably still faster. What? Wrong way? No. Nice. Now it would disqualify me. So they have done updates to the track. Ah, amazing. Haven't been so long on this track. Yes, this is the official rFactor 2 broadcast tool and broadcaster overlay. So now the track is slightly wet, and that usually means that we're effed. Yeah, okay. So I go box again. I would have just had that one lap, so now it's wet, and I can tell you that I will not have the pole position most likely on our side today. Because, yeah, the track now comes considerably more and more wet. And, yeah, you guys all know what that means. In hindsight, that means, though, that we're gonna have an interesting race coming up. Anyway, we're still trying the best. 21 players here in rFactor 2 on a competition system. That is quite a new feeling, I guess. Sergey, thank you. Yep, Laurent. Alpines, here we go. Blue flag, here we don't go. So we give ourselves a little bit of ABS and the traction control. Where is the front? I could have put front wet tires, rear dry tires. Maybe that would have been the perfect, perfect combination. Anyway. Coming up the hill. Do we fly? Almost. So, P16. 7 minutes to go. Yellow flag. The problem is you need to quite risk it right there now. No other adjustments available. Copy. No onboard brake system available. So now is the question, how much... No, stay. Thank you. How much can we push for these track conditions? Track conditions now say... What do they say? Wet. So yeah, going out with a slick would have been disastrous. And we're looking purple in sector 1. Amazing. Mark, no, sadly you cannot join anymore when you've not registered for it. Let me fully read out the question. Yeah, you need to sign up for every race. The good thing is you can sign up already right now for the race happening in 2 hours. And the latest that you can sign up is 4 minutes before the servers go live. So we put the car on provisional pole for the moment. 1.4 seconds of a gap. The guys will be crying, and it's a bit unfair because they put a rFactor 2 Pro into a rookie class series. But well, the esports guys are gonna saying the same for everyone. You have to grind through the rookie series to earn your spot in higher classes. So we are trying. Up the hill we come. Traffic galore. Jonas, it's 3 splits, 73 players in total. Ay. Well, could have still been purple. Let's see what these wet tires can still do. They now have gained a little bit of temperature, which in hindsight is not the worst thing. Oh, sorry. Okay, I need to grab more fuel. So we stop at the car. With the rFactor 2 integration, I bet iRacing has their eye on LFM. What a kick-ass job. Shouldn't have said that. But yes, this is great. This is beyond awesome. Because, like, we have mourned all year for rFactor 2 to fix their competition system so that it is more invitation, or that it is more invitational to race there. Because right now on the rFactor 2 system, you race, you get a random ELO, you get no ELO at all, to be honest. You get a random grid, you get some whatever points that are quite transparent as well. And at the end of the day, you even have an issue with filling the grids, you know. So people are coming to these online races on the official rFactor 2 competition system, and well, they race 2 or 3 guys completely different in skill. Like you've seen a lot of our streams where we've just raced 6 or 7 random people, and let's be honest, it wasn't really the satisfaction one would be looking after when it comes to competition system racing in the sim racing communities, right? So Low Fuel Motorsport has just launched their beta right today. This is the 3rd ever race on rFactor 2 for the public. And what shall I say, like, we have 73 registrations for this race. And here we are in the first qualifying. Yeah, I can basically abort the lap or try to get by somewhere, somehow. We rather abort the lap. Let them live. So rain had almost stopped. Mateo, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. So we spend a little bit of draft, and at the same time we prepare ourselves for the next lap. Meanwhile, still 1.4 seconds the gap to the next car behind. With the rain easing up a bit, there is another chance for the track improving a bit on the actual racing line. Esport slide with the rear tires, amazing. Disappointing lack of punting commitment. No, I'm not here for punting, I'm here for the safety rating, actually. The famous iRacing quote made it into rFactor 2, I can't believe this. Here for the I rating, but now for the safety rating. There we go. A little bit of brake and slip galore for the final turn, and wee. Almost too wide again, but we're improving the time to a 59.4, and we're out of fuel and essentially also out of time. So Boris, question. Is this an off-track according to your safety rating system? Thank you for the answer already. I am learning, and I need to learn a lot. Should not be. Copy. Do incidents out of free practice, I know you're not allowed to drive, and qualifying count towards that rating anyway? First question. 1.56. So I need to, so 20 minutes, we run roughly a minute lap time, 27 laps that is. 43 liters of fuel required. $36. Well, I don't know. Mark, so if I wanted to join, for example, an iron rated session, it won't let me because it starts as a rookie. Yeah, exactly. You start as a rookie, and what you can do already is you go for the rFactor 2 beta, click the rookie class, then this is our current session being live, and in 2 hours time there is another session with already 22 registrations on it. Same rules as ever, just need to click it. Not 1.6, but 1.2 seconds, Bono. Dave Cameron, hey buddy, how you doing? Exactly, hyper exciting times for rFactor 2. This is amazing news, and we're grinding on an amazing sim with a full split. The Kramox, this will have to do with the fact that he will have had one lap with a slick tire when the track was about to, well, to wetten up. You know, when rFactor 2 starts raining, it starts always raining on a dry track unless you put a preset. And to my understanding, LFM has not put a preset, so it started on the dry track, and that means the first minute you go out straight, you have the chance to set a giga lap with the dry tire on a damp racetrack. So 20 times 60 divided by, well, 59 is, oh, yes, 21 times 1.54. You're absolutely right, I would have taken too much fuel. How did I get on 27? I'll take fuel for the extra lap. Click in the wet compounds that you need to do. And then you guys enjoy the race. Track is dump again. And the slick tire might just have had an awesome launch. Please no Panterino. And now you have one lap of Giga Grip. And then you're slowly starting to die. So a little bit of a weakness here on the start, F. Better say I have cooking tires because I'm running the wet. I think I saw some profile on the car ahead anyway. I'm not sure if I'm doing another one. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Going for the lead. So whoever is on the dry tires now might have got an issue, as it's now slightly wet. That means the spray should appear on our rear in a couple of moments. JSR, on our channel you will find a pre-recorded video where I'm asking you guys to put down your questions and your issues in the comment area below. So some information that you want to have an answer on specifically, whether that is server stuff, whether that is content stuff, whether that is just settings. I want to say I'm not going to do a general setup guide because there are so many cars with so many different things working. An overall setup guide will just not be possible, and that would also exceed the range of things that I want to do. But if you encounter issues with setting up your rFactor 2 to be ready to race, if you have issues with setting up the game settings, as this is graphics or whatever, let me know. Put them down in the comment area below. Either on this video even, or on the other pre-recorded video on the YouTube channel. And we're gonna have some tutorials ready for you soon. As we are slightly sliding off the track here. So yeah, front left is dying a little bit from temperature, so I need to make sure this keeps a little bit more in the range, in the window. Oh no, we need to manage the tire. This is, well, Bono, this is both actually. It is, so LFM has activated the rFactor 2 sequence on their webpage to the public, but they marked this still as a beta. And as far as I understand, this is the first real test to the public. So they've done some testing before, obviously, and found the system to be reliable and stable and working. And now they're doing the first couple of live tests. So, yeah, I'm happy to help them a little bit with both actually testing on their server. I enjoy a full split. I also work myself out of the rookie class. And then hopefully at some point we're gonna enjoy bigger and higher races. I've already seen a category with LMP and GTE running. That will be particularly interesting for me. And for you guys, of course, as well. And I can already imagine that there could be an rFactor 2 hype on the LFM system. Of course, it's not going to be more hype than on ACC, because ACC is just a wider player range and a lot more popularity, which is fine. But guys, when was the last time we found, and I don't mean this disrespectful, but when did we last found 73 random people to join in a race and doing some racing here on rFactor 2? Hasn't been that often, right? So from that standpoint onwards, I appreciate LFM coming to rFactor 2 a lot, especially as a streamer on rFactor 2. You know that usually we stream the POV of our esport races, which is satisfactory to a lot of people, but just the casual racing here and there where the funny and the odd stuff is happening, that we have lacked obviously in the last couple of years when it comes to rFactor 2. And for that opportunity, I'd like to thank you, LFM, already to make the step and explore into rFactor 2, which surely isn't an easy adventure. But as far as it goes good. Track is completely wet soaked now. Yep, I haven't seen 3 splits of competition system racing either, unless it was the race of the season, aka the only really race that got hyped by rFactor 2 within 6 weeks. So I am super happy about this to happen, as we have 13.5 minutes to go. Fuel remaining for 18 laps. Looks awesome. Just need to keep it cool. Again, LFM is working in 2 different kind of ratings. There is obviously an ELO that is ranking your sporting performance against other players, just like you know from iRacing or obviously the ACC LFM system. And then there is a safety rating, also according to or close to iRacing, so very similar to it, probably a bit different here and there, but overall similar to what we know from iRacing. However, the interesting part is that the ELO and the safety rating counts globally. So if I am like a hyper pro in rFactor 2, oh mate, you can't park there. If I'm a hyper pro in rFactor 2, but I'm coming up to ACC, and in ACC I might be a complete noob, but if I put myself into the ACC car, into the ACC splits, I'm gonna be ranked against the top class people and the top class ELO. So always top split, which means you're gonna see me dropping out in last place on a lot of occasions. But it is what it is. Like, yeah, I love the approach of having a global rating to rank me against ACC players, and so on. So Boris, was that an off-track now, or would the off-track only count as soon as the system is starting to calculate on the cut? Question. Copy only if the lap is invalidated, so I should still be at 0 contacts. Pampius, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to our first ever low fuel motorsport rFactor 2 race. It's a blast. It's raining. We're drifting. It's enjoyable. 22 people on the grid. Have I already mentioned that this is amazing? I know I'm boring. Oh, here we go. So the rear left is screaming. In hindsight though, the front left has cooled down a little bit. Gap is comfortably in 5.5 seconds. 6 seconds. I will turn this a little bit around. Boris, why are you highly impressed? Oh. Let's crank up the traction control a bit to save the rear left. Actually, that cuts down too much power. Let's put it up. But we put the click more anti-lock brake. Ah, this is amazing. Good fun now. Ah, Boris, this... you know, rFactor 2 is the most underrated sim. Because the sim and the physics itself is awesome. The feeling of the car, the driving of cars is amazing. I think it is one of the best simulators there. Unless it's GT3 content, then I might agree. But ACC is the pinnacle. Whoops. Hi. Blue flags galore. Oh. So you see a lot of people on the wet tire. Ooh, not on the, I mean on the, oh, that's what, grappa. On the dry tire I meant. So this is still not an off-track according to your calculation system, right? I'm just making sure I'm finding every loophole. Maybe we put the TC back on too. It is typical to a certain extent. Disclaimer, it doesn't work on all cars, but especially GTEs. GTEs are drifted a lot. Well, not drifted, but you drive them with a little bit of a so-called eSport slide. So you want to turn in the car. Let's see if I can replicate it. You want to turn in with the car, but you don't want to counter steer it really. You just want to have a little bit of a rear end rotation. So let's see, I'm turning in the car and it's already slipping and sliding on the rear. This is awesome. This is exactly what we need for the eSport slide. It's a bit too much. But generally speaking, like you kind of throw in the car hard and rotate the car with the rear end. More than with the front. Yene would say, rFactor 2, please fix these tires. What do we have here? A bonk. Muchas gracias. Yeah, so not the pitch perfect appearance for the first race. Mr. Dix have obviously regained the time. Let me check what was my lap time 2 laps ago. 1 minute 9 compared to a 1 minute 2. 7 minutes to go. Drive a little less flamboyant, but maybe generally speaking a bit quicker. That would probably be a good call. Yep, BS powers I switched off a lot indeed. It's not like it would have been easy to be read anyway, but I was like, get the tire and fuel data off for the esport races, and you know, no one is going to able to read something from your shift lights, from your gear selector, from your lap times, or from the obvious session information like time remaining and your position and so on. Yep, this can work a lot with rFactor too. Like throwing the car a little bit into a corner and then just manage the rear. Note only works good for a single lap really. On most of the, especially on the new tire model. On the Alpine, I think has an own tire model, and that way it's more down to the rFactor 2 engine, and in that regard, drifting is not bad. Despite LFM has ACC for GT3 and GT4 cars, I would still appreciate having some GT3 cars on rFactor 2 in the races as well. Yes, they are a bit different to drive, but yet it's still good and fun cars to be raced with. Yeah, the Alpine is surely on the old tire model for sure. So guys, if you appreciate our content with the LFM system on rFactor 2, then please follow up on Twitch and subscribe on the YouTube channel if you haven't done already. Also note that we're not going to completely dive into the LFM world only from now on. We still got Le Mans Virtual Series going on, we still got some FSR stock car racing going on, and some other things that are a bit different from LFM obviously. But of course, LFM will make its way into our content strategy, into our streaming schedule, that is for sure. Like, there is no other way to not ignore it. It is so awesome. Have I already mentioned how great it is to make the corner, even though one brakes too late? Nah, kidding. Like, to make the corner. To be racing with a lot of people in a 3-split race, in a 3-split event on a random Monday afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you. Yeah, I did not mention it before, so I need to mention it more often. This is amazing. It is absolutely genuinely perfect, and I'm looking forward to do more of that stuff here. Race Labs also working on an overlay for rFactor 2. This is perfect. This is more good news for you, and maybe also some good news for me. Depending if they can achieve to bring out an overlay that is not causing any latency to the inputs on rFactor 2 here. If they can achieve that, then perfect. Will be a monster edition. Or oh, ooh la la. That will be a monster edition for rFactor 2, and especially for the stream, because I can use an overlay that is maybe even more flexible and gives you a lot of more information than just the rFactor 2 broadcaster tool, which is amazing as such, of course. But yeah, let's be honest. If you're not manually controlling the stream, you have to you'll not be able to really show all the available information right there. Jakey81 plays, hello, welcome. Lost on track, you're not sure if I'm liking it. Can't you see me smile? It's amazing. Okay, that smile was a bit cringe. Wasn't meant to be like that, but Like, it's awesome. Look at it. Meanwhile, we're not driving a cup car anymore. We're driving a rally car, which is also amazing and really good fun. We're leading. We have 1 minute 55 to go. We have a 5-second safety gap. And yes, this car is indeed free on the rFactor 2 workshop. So all you need to look for is Alpine Cup Car on the rFactor 2 workshop. And then subscribe to it. And there you go. Is a Cup car and a GT4 Alpine car. The GT4 contains a rear wing and has, I think, slightly a little bit more power. And especially a little bit more aero performance. But either way, car is fun, car is awesome. Stream is fun, stream is awesome. And we have 2 laps to go. Looking at the time. And that means we're carrying like 6 liters too much of fuel. Fair enough. Hello, Sharon. New energy for Michi and rFactor 2. I would say even more energy for rFactor 2 than for Papa Michi. But looking at you guys enjoying the stream, I would say 100% more energy for Papa Michi. So now is the point where we could think about a last to first challenge in the next race, potentially. Not sure if that would be a smart call. As we now have to think about our ELO, of course. Backby, I enjoy LFM a lot. It is a little bit new to me, of course. I never ever have used the system before. So it's a little bit of a learning curve for me as well, as in when it comes to joining the server and maybe dodging the one or other difficulty that might occur, which is fine. But after all, I mean, it's just rFactor 2, you know. And yes, I'm an rFactor 2 expert and fanboy, so I know how to dodge these things. So guys, if you appreciate the drive, if you have appreciated the race, then please give the video a like, follow on Twitch, subscribe us on the YouTube channel. Also feel free to check out additional ways of support. BS Powers has joined our Emoji Access membership on the YouTube system. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you get a free Amazon Prime Twitch subscription per month. You can give that to us as well if you think we're doing a good job here. Either way, the only thing I could really encourage you guys to, if you want to see more rFactor 2 LFM racing and streaming, then follow us on Twitch and subscribe on the YouTube channel, just like Zippy Zip Zap has done. Thank you so much for the follow, buddy. Much appreciated. Got worried there wasn't going to be the driver base for this. I am sure that there is a big driver base for that, actually. So Gertz, LFN, and Amrot, thank you also for the follows. Speaking about the player base, you have close to 55,000 active or registered players on the LFM system. However, I think we have at least 200 active drivers a day on rFactor 2, which means this is a big time factor more than people we've had racing on rFactor 2 on a regular day as such. So, you know, if you take the rFactor 2 competition system and you look at 10 drivers doing a race every hour, and now you look at this, where you have 73 people doing a race every other hour, well, there you go, right? Ultimate Racing, thank you so much for your Prime resubscription on the Twitch channel. Much appreciated, buddy. And Farah1, thank you for the follow as well and the support. So let's turn this into a short Q&A one. Any questions for you guys? From you guys? Very Rare says, some variety. Need to get the GT3 to get those players who only drive GT3 to try out rFactor 2. Yeah, potentially that would be a good one. Oh dear. Cheese It Fairfax, thank you for the subscription on the YouTube channel, much appreciated. Mark, you doing more today, or was that the only race you do today? Guys, if you are up for it, we're gonna do a last to first challenge in the next race, okay? You got 3 minutes to decide. Fuse from Vienna, thank you so much for the follow. Non-official content on LFM, Metname, that's a question for Boris. Because they are choosing the content. Views from Vienna, I might surely join the other one or other BTCC race, unless it's front wheel driven, then I'm probably gonna dodge it. Altaman, you need help setting up your rFactor too. Don't you worry, I got you covered with some tutorials coming up soon. Rados Rarid, thank you so much for the follow, appreciate it. Rados, how have you started the car? Like, I should have probably put it into first. Yeah, and have it done like this way. A little bit of clutch, and then off we go. So yeah. Clutch in and first gear. Yeah, I bonked on the start. I dropped down. I'm guilty. Goldwinger, somehow you ended up in split 1 in the race, but it was still good fun. So I hope with that win and the ELO, I'm gonna end up in split 1. I'm not sure if I'm gonna really want to do a last to first challenge, but I'm gonna take this result and have a look. So the session is now ended. I think that is something that Boris is particularly interested in. I'm gonna see what happens now, because obviously I want to find out about some things. It's awesome that we've had just a little bit of time after the race so that we could have jumped into some replay files. Cornish Tim, thank you so much for the follow, much appreciated. I saw the Green Hell NLS Cup last week, but it shows DLC as a pack. Can't we just buy one GT3 or BTCC car to sign up? That is a clear no. So the session has restarted, it looks like. Well, gonna be interested to see whether we can find the result on the webpage. So about the content, you need to own all the content that is required by the mod. So that is then every BTCC car and the track. This is how rFactor 2 is built, and that is something down in the code source that is not going to be changed. Server should now switch off normally. Well, it re-entered into the free practice. Anyway, we had a recent session, and I think this is ours. Qualifying result split 2. Nope. Then probably the result is still missing, isn't it? So we have home, rFactor 2 beta. Look up your messages. There we go. There is our result. We are looking. So, Alessandro Ottaviani. Yeah, 56.8 and 20.25 on the full race time. This was surely a much stronger split right there. I'm not sure if... Let me have a look. 56.8. Interesting, you see every lap time. That's amazing. Let me have a look at split 2. Obviously, I effed it up a couple of times. First lap I was a bit stuck, but yeah, in the end I could probably run the same lap times. I was just not over pushing it everywhere. Anyway, we have safety rating plus 0.49, I assume. 0 incident points, which is amazing. How come he got 1 though? Explain, please. This is great stuff. So is that 125 points on 100. Let me see. Formation, the entry list we had already. So now I would probably want to look at rFactor to beta, the fixed setup stuff, series standing. So which division am I counting to? Not 2, not 3, not 4, and not 1. Is that updated already? Yeah, you see, I'm trying to work on that a little bit. Yeah, this is awesome. This is super awesome. Okay, guys, I've not seen your votes and messages whether we do a last to first challenge in 1 hour and 15 minutes. What is up with you guys? Your call. Go for it or leave it. Let me have a look. 30 people already registered. That goes quack. Do a last to first. We're not gonna end up first. I've not got enough experience on the car, I'm afraid. And let's be honest, Ottaviani is a proper esport guy as well. So if you're starting at the front, Eve TS, thank you so much for the follow. Okay, Boris, I'm gonna check something for you. I'm gonna do a standard qualifying in that one, but I'm gonna disqualify myself, so I'm starting at the very back. Okay. And then we're gonna have last to first challenge. Confirmed, okay? So what I'm going to do is I first gonna set up that stream. So guys, just be patient with me. I'm not sure if I even can set up that stream yet. I'm gonna set up a stream in a couple of moments, okay? And then we're gonna get racy here. Janiero, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Streamlabs link will be there when we are planned session. Okay. That's Streamlabs. Boris, I think you wanted to text someone else, right? Anyway, guys, I'm going to plan the stream, and then we're going to give this a go. A last to first, simply for the entertainment business. And I hope to see you guys back in a couple of moments, roughly 1 hour from now. Read the LFM regulations regarding... Okay, let me have a quick look. I guess rules... the code of conduct, right? I'm gonna have a quick word or a quick look right there. And then I'm gonna see how to set this up. Marcus, feel free to hit me up on TeamSpeak to not TeamSpeak, on Discord to quickly talk about things. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for the moment. That's gonna do it for the minute. Again, if you guys are new into this, I am happy to reshare. Let's see if that works. No, of course it does not. So I need to scroll up this stream and put the link right there. Feel free to check out this video. If you have questions towards rFactor 2 and the content, or whatever bugs you, if you have issues to set it up, if you have other issues with it whatsoever, look at the video, put down your questions in. I'm gonna note them down and consider them for our next tutorial video. And then hopefully we make rFactor 2 a more easy to access simulation for everyone and make it enjoyable for all people racing it. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, please, if you appreciate the content, follow us on Twitch, subscribe on the YouTube channel, and make sure to join us back in roughly 1 hour when we're doing last to first challenge on the low fuel motorsport race here at Lime Rock Park with the super amazing Cup car. Anyway, guys, thank you for your time. See you later, and bye-bye.